It's time for Doug's Facts. Really, the frequently asked questions of Dr. Doug. All you have to do is email me, doug@arizonasports.com, or you could tweet me at Doug620. Today we'll start off with this email here. This email comes to us from George. George was upset because I said sabermetricians do not think clutch exists. This morning, Doug, you mentioned about well, I don't care. The reason they deny the fact that it exists is because something called facts. You know, evidence. In other words, things you don't know. Sorry to upset you, George, but we talked to Kevin Towers today, and he says he believes in clutch. I believe that there are clutch situations, and I do believe that it's difficult to quantify. But we can when we look at things about what's your RBI total when it comes to after the seventh inning or when it comes to a close game. So I think there are ways to quantify it, and maybe you're just a little bit angry. We have another one. This is coming to us from Rich. Rich is upset. Graham needs to let his defensive coordinator handle the defensive calls. He wasted 2 more timeouts on defense. 1 was on first down. I don't get the Eubank stuff. He's terrible and runs scared. Well, Rich, you went 1 for 2. Everything you said about Eubank, I agree with. Everything about Todd Graham, I admit at the beginning I hated the way he used timeouts. But here's one thing that keeps happening. Every time he calls a timeout on defense, the defense plays pretty well on the very next play. So if an offense can look at the defense and call timeout because they don't like what they see, why should the defense be able to do the same thing? Especially in college football when first downs stop the clock as well. Now let's go to the tweets. At Doug620, if you have a beef or you want to argue. Sorry that I lost my mask. I'll try to be careful the way I talk. Greg starts things off. Did the trade for Levi Brown create cap room for a Josh Freeman trade? Greg, I hope not. I also hope you're not a general manager in the NFL anytime soon, because you would destroy a franchise. Sean, what do you mean, Doug, when you said the team drafts well? See Ryan Swope, Ryan Williams, John Skelton. Well, Sean, we can all just throw out names about who is successful and who is not, like Patrick Peterson, Jonathan Cooper, even though he's hurt, he's looked outstanding in the preseason, Michael Floyd, who didn't really get it in the first month and a half, but has succeeded greatly ever since then from last year. Now, the other point, when you said Ryan Swope, I agree. Terrible draft pick, and that's why I said it when it happened. Ryan Williams, you really think that was a terrible draft pick? Is it a bust because of injuries? Yes, it was. But should the Cardinals have known that he was going to have those injuries? Yes, he got a little banged up at Virginia Tech, but so did Adrian Peterson. Maybe the Vikings should not have drafted Peterson because he was hurt at Oklahoma. When you watch Ryan Williams play football, you could see that guy can play. John Skelton, he was a 5th-round pick, Sean. You really all that bent out of shape about a 5th-round pick? Our next tweet comes to us from Sports Illustrated. They tweeted out a cover of Justin Upton, BJ Upton, and Kate Upton, and said, look, Upton's everywhere. I retweeted the cover and said, you know what I see? 3 human beings that have never had 90 RBIs in the same season. A lot of people found that funny, but Juanito didn't. And Juanito, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Juanito was kind of interesting. He says, gosh, you really hate Justin Upton. I don't hate in my heart at all because I have God. Thank you, Juanito. But then the same person, after saying God helps him not hate, sent me another tweet. And the team has the exact same record without Justin Upton. So you should put your anger towards Kevin Towers. You're a fake. I'm flipping the dial. Obviously, you had God 5 minutes ago, and then you lost God before you sent that tweet because now you hate me by calling me a fake. I loved the idea of trading Justin Upton. I hated the Justin Upton trade itself. I don't think they got enough back. Loved the deal with Seattle. But what does that mean? That I hate Justin Upton just because I wanted to see him go away? Because he's slightly overrated? Because he's worried about his image and not getting dirty and doing the job and getting grimy and trying to be successful? Yeah, I think they should have got more players for him. But to act like Justin Upton helped carry the Braves? Juanito, I think God and I disagree with you on that. Now it's your turn. You can tweet me at Doug620, or you can email me, Doug@arizonasports.com, and I'll answer your issues and any problems you have too, coming up next week.